Right, so I have to do a little bit of a short sound check first because I didn't know how loud the BGM is gonna be. It's very loud in my ears. Give me a moment. Or 5. Okay, it should be fine, so let's begin. This is a free game on Steam, The Test Secrets of the Soul. I was told it was some sort of like a psychological, philosophical thriller kind of thing. It's like a personality test, but with a background story. And it's like a visual novel, so I knew I had to try. There's a part 2 as well. I will schedule time to do that. Alright, so today is a public holiday in Singapore. It's actually Labor Day, but I'm working. Kind of, a little bit. I've been doing nothing this weekend. Okay, I've been working this weekend to get a little extra kaching to fill in the void for some of my more problematic freelance clients who cancel classes and stuff like that. But I mean, everyone has circumstances, but I'm not running a charity, right? So, oh my god, that was freaking loud. Hold on. Wait, how does this... Okay, I'm gonna like put all these down. Oh, freaking hell, it's loud. And now it's silent. Oh, okay, hold on. I feel like there's no compromise in this game. There's like loud and then there's nothing. Okay, maybe this is something that the developers could look at, or maybe it's just my headset. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I've been working a lot this weekend to kind of like strategize how to bring new content and make a schedule out of it. I have coffee, but I have not drank any. Wait, let me just get some of my fix today. The headache is killing me, the weather is killing me, everything is killing me, my back is killing me, the yoga class schedule is also killing me, everything is killing me basically. I just want to like off myself at some point. But it's okay. When things get tough, I get tougher. Which means better content for all you guys seeing me struggle. But yeah, so this is, I'm using the keyboard layout, which is this one, WASD movement. So apparently there's movement as well. I don't know why you need to move in here. It might be an RPG type of game. But yeah, I did not watch anything. I don't know what this looks like. So let's go through the play and hope for the best. I'm gonna be entering as not the VTuber, but like me, myself. So I'm gonna be really exposed here. You're gonna see like parts of the traumatized me, parts of the broken me, parts of the me that is still suicidal, parts of the me that nobody likes, and parts of the me that gives too many fucks. The parts of me that are lame and not very cool. But yes, this is who I am. I'm gonna find out with this game if it's really good to tell me the things that I don't know yet. Every angel has a demonic past, and every demon has an angelic future, if one so wishes it to be the madman. You know what? This guy is speaking facts. Every demon, just because they're a good person doesn't mean they don't do bad things, and just because they do bad things doesn't mean they're not a good person, right? Okay, what am I doing? I should be shifting this here. There we go. Okay, I can see shit right now. Okay, hold on. VTubing fails. Forgive me. And I should be moving this over. Yeah, makes more sense now. Holy hell. Yeah, I've been doing streaming wrong. Okay, I fixed it. Okay, let's do this. Next. You find yourself on the inside of a desolate chapel in the throes of a midnight storm. The rain pelts the windows like falling stones and the wind rages on as the chapel doors tremble. Sorry, I don't go to church. I have a religion. After a quick glance around the room, you hear a low, grizzled voice growl at you from the darkness, beckoning you in. And this is a sign to turn around and run because I'm not stupid and don't want trouble. Or not. We are going in apparently. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Right. So this thing that looks like Demon Tor from Harry Potter is actually the Watcher. They look evil, okay, inherently evil, but well, let's see what they are made of. Well, hello, adventurer, a wanderer. It's a pleasure to find you here. Come in from the rain. Rest your weary bones, for we have much to talk about. Yeah, I don't know if I like the sound of this. Okay. Conversations it is, the Watcher says. It looks like the storm is going to last a while, wanderer. Make yourself comfortable. I don't think you'll be going anywhere for some time. Yeah, this is definitely like creepy red flags vibe, you know. If you hear this, don't try to be a hero, just run. Just like, oh no, it's okay. I think I really love the rain, you know. I'll be going, see you next time, or never. But no, apparently we wouldn't talk. Again, he says, we should find something to pass the time, don't you think? Perhaps we should get acquainted with one another. I'd love to learn all about you. Sounds like something a potential serial murderer would say, but okay. What do you want to learn? I'm sure your soul is full of stories, wanderer. I'll bet you have delicious secrets deep inside too. Okay, freak. You are creeping me out. Put that tongue back into your mouth or skull, whatever it is. I have an idea. And I don't like where your idea is taking us. But sure, I don't have any options to say no. God dang it, game. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're gonna answer them for me. Very, very honestly. That way, I'll have the opportunity to get to know you. I don't wanna freaking know you, guy. Bruh, just turn around, go that side, I'll sit in my corner dripping in a puddle and we'll be good. We'll be good. I don't need Jesus. Take it back. The real you. I mean, that literally is why I downloaded the game. Okay then, let's see what kind of stuff you're made of. Now, don't lie to me, wanderer. No one likes a liar. Well, you wouldn't know. Okay. In the end, I will tell you what I see. Deep, deep within your soul. Doesn't that sound like fun? Not really. I'm used to being the one doing the psychoanalysis, not the one being psychoanalyzed. No, I don't really appreciate you prying my privacy and mind apart, but for the sake of the game storyline, I will ignore how creepy you are, just go through with it. But sure. Not to mention all the people who would be watching this on stream as well, but yes, we're not alone. Let's get started, shall we? Better now than never, I guess. Make yourself comfortable as we delve deep into your mind. We'll begin now. Literally no warning, huh? Do you know what the meaning of life is? Sure, of course. Do you believe beauty is ageless? If it's in the beholder, yes. Do you believe a human being can produce something perfect? No. If it were perfect, there would be no such thing as misery, you know? Do you believe inspiration can be created by oneself? Okay, this is like a trick question. You're asking someone who is a content creator, do I believe inspiration can be created by myself? Technically, I would say no, because inspiration is drawn by the people and the experiences and the world that we live in. It's not my ego, but there are also creators who draw on inspirations from their ego. So it's a yes and it's a no. Like, I can see both sides of where this comes from. But personally, I would say that I'm not a hero, so I would go with no. Would you say that art is an integral part of life? Definitely, hell yeah. If it's not, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Would you consider yourself to be a talented individual? Of course. Do you believe that being beautiful is an advantage in life? I would say it is preferential, but there are more than beauty that is an advantage. You can be smart, you can be rich, you can be powerful, you can be unique. These are all advantages in life, but beautiful is one of the, it's not the only advantage in life. So yes, it is true. That's what I believe.
Do you think you care more about your own appearance than others care about your appearance?
Yes, because always I tell myself I want to be that bitch, you know, but everybody else is like, oh my god, you look like a puffball. Oh my god, you look like some cute pudding or something like a slime. You're so cute. And I'm like, no, I want to be cool. I want to be intimidating. I want to be like, you know, all those. Yes, hell yes. I have insecurities for the weirdest shit.
Do you believe art can be judged?
Yes, it can be judged. Anything, not just art, can be judged.
Do you believe people should be judged?
If you're talking about the choice of word in here, if this is not a translated game, should be judged? No. Can be judged? Yes. But at the same time, if we don't have people to judge each other, it's kind of tough, isn't it? Because you don't, if like everybody says fuck you, I'm perfect, and then you are not improving and nobody is your enemy, that's gonna be like the shit thing where everybody grows a big head and big ego, kind of like Overlord Venus, and then they'll be like, oh my god, I'm like the best, I don't need to improve anymore, everybody else just work around me because I'm a queen. That would be terrible. So we need people to judge this kind of people and be like, oh my god, you're a piece of trash, you're like basic shit, who else thinks that you're a hot shot? Only you. Yeah, so do I believe that people should be judged? Yes and no, but for the greater benefit of what I think it is, yes, even though it hurts to be judged, but yes, we should be judged.
Do you believe that there are certain things that exist that we cannot perceive with our senses?
Hell yeah, if everything can be perceived with just these five senses, then the world can be explained, but the world cannot be explained. Like, what the fuck is universe? Like, where the fuck does it come from? We have no idea because we don't know it yet, and it's probably something beyond our senses. Without the machines, without technology, we wouldn't even know that ultraviolet exists. Like, yes, we may have eyes, but our eyes don't freaking see ultraviolet. We don't even see heat sensors like the snakes do. So yes, definitely, this is evidence, this is fact. This is not about my belief, it's a fact. So yes.
Would you say that you often lack motivation?
Depends on what kind of motivation. Motivation to learn how to drive a car, motivation to make money, motivation to cook, motivation to exercise and get out of my seat instead of spending 10 hours at a desk, motivation to actually check out a movie because I have to read a movie and I have to watch a movie and I can't read the book. Yes, I lack all this kind of motivation. But if you're asking about motivation to better myself, to better the world, to go through things in life even though they're hard, then no. So would you say that you often lack motivation? I would say I have my moments, but I generally do not have a habit of lacking motivation. If anything, I have enough motivation and inspiration to go around the world for like 5 days. Only 5 days. The other 2 days will be me resting in a hospital somewhere.
Do you believe originality exists?
Hell yeah, even though with all the AIs coming out, I still believe that the AI is derived from something that has been once created before it can mimic the process of development. So yes, it has to exist somewhere. Originality has to exist somewhere. But am I original? Subjective. The Watcher.
Do you believe your imagination has a limit?
I'm gonna be a big ego here and say confidently, hell no. If it has a limit, it means I'm dead.
Do you believe insanity is the key?
Yes, I don't have to read this. Insanity is inspiration. That's my catchphrase.
Do you believe that one day the world will speak only one universal language?
Yes, that's when we develop something called telepathy, whereby I plug a USB in my brain and plug it to 10 other kids and they automatically become people who pass the exams perfectly. Yes, eventually, yes. Eventually, either that or all of us turn into semi-robots that have pre-programmed language function terminals in ourselves that we don't even use our mouths to speak anymore. That's very sci-fi though.
Do you believe societies shape people?
Yes, if you put twins brought up in two different places, okay, twins are like the closest clones of biological humans that you can get, and they are like, okay, you raise one in a rich household, you raise one in the slums, you see the difference. There are many stories talking about this, so yes, it does shape people. Unfortunately, we can't all choose our circumstances, can we?
Do you believe time erodes achievements?
Yes, because of progression. It becomes known as history. What is today's achievement is yesterday's history, and we build upon it. So, yes. But if you're talking about time eroding on achievement, as in the credit that's due or the genius foundation of what has started, no. So, it doesn't erode achievements in that form, but it's not as relevant as it is. People try to make things more relevant than they truly are. Yes, it's great. At that point of time, we celebrate. Thanks to you, we can have technology, we can have internet, we can have cars. But it's not as if that, you know, this is the greatest thing that the world has ever seen and will ever see. It is something worth celebrating. Yes, thank you for the contribution. You're a great person. You're very good for doing what you do, but it does not mean that you are the genius of the century or whatsoever. So does it erode achievements? I guess no, in a sense that I want to respect it. But is it really that significant when we talk about the world, life, history? No, it's not that significant. It is a fact. It is a milestone of history. That's what I say. Do time corrode achievements? I would say yes, because many times history is buried and forgotten, even though it really should have been given more credit.
Do you believe you possess free will?
Bitch, if I had free will, I wouldn't be this miserable. I would manifest my height to like 180 centimeters. Yeah, I would manifest an entire foot more towards my height if I had free will to make anything come true and stuff like that. And if I had free will, I wouldn't be bound by circumstances. That I don't believe. We are limited by circumstances, but we try to make the best.
Do you believe you are a self-fulfilling prophecy?
What the fuck is self-fulfilling prophecy? Am I self-fulfilling? Hell yeah. Am I a prophecy? I don't fucking know. What is this? Wait, let me Google. This is why I have the internet, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy. Meaning. Right? According to Google. Where is it? Okay, a self-fulfilling prophecy is a prediction that comes true at least in part as a result of a person's belief or expectations that said predictions will come true. This suggests that people's beliefs influences their actions. Give me something that's idiot-proof, please. Okay, Okay, this is according to ScienceDirect.com. A self-fulfilling prophecy occurs when an originally false social belief leads people to act in ways that objectively confirm that belief. I don't fucking understand this. Okay, there is an example. Okay, one classic example from the Greek story Oedipus. Oedipus's father, Laius, is warned that his son will eventually kill him. To avoid meeting this fate, he abandons his son and leaves him to die. Meaning that you take charge of your own destiny or something? Hold on. In that case, then I'll say fuck you, because I tend to make decisions based on myself. Do you believe you are a self-fulfilling prophecy? I mean, probably then, in that case. If people tell me, like 10 years ago, that I would be short, and even if it comes true, I would still try to play basketball every day just to grow like a few centimeters taller, just to see if I can avoid that. So I guess yes. But then again, people have been telling me shit things that I've always said fuck you back, so yeah, I guess so.
Do you believe some problems cannot be solved?
Hell yeah. If it could all be solved, everybody would not be hungry. Everybody would not be poor. Everybody would not be miserable. So yes, there are more than just some problems. It's a lot of problems that can't be solved. including the math question that I still cannot figure out. Yes, but let's not talk about that.
Do you believe in the existence of karma?
Very interesting. Karma comes in two forms. One is a spiritual analysis of what karma looks like, and the other one is more like a philosophical debate on what karma truly is. So, I don't have a religion, so I don't want to believe in the spiritual aspect, but I do consider the more scientific / philosophical sense of karma. If going by this theory that everyone is interconnected with our actions, whatever you bring to the world is what the world will eventually turn around and return to you. That in itself, through probability, using science, is going to be known as karma. Then yes, I do believe in the existence of karma, just not spiritually or religious.
Do you believe you can accurately measure a person's success in life?
Hell no, and I don't want to, because if I truly measured every single person's success in life, I would be miserable forever. It's like doing accounts, you know? You count the money one day, the next day it changes, you gotta count it all over again. Why the fuck would you want to accurately measure anybody's success in life? Like, just go along with it. It's not fixed, bitch, unlike my height.
Have you ever achieved everything you want to achieve in life?
Nope. Hell no. Life is too short, and I'm too greedy with too many ambitions.
Have you ever experienced a miracle?
Yes, more than once, I would say yes, because it depends on what kind of miracle you're talking about. If you're talking about an earth-shattering miracle, nope, it's never happened. But I have experienced a lot of small miracles whereby you just say something and then the next moment, oh, you know it's gonna happen, and then it happened. Yep, I have won a iPods before from competitions and lucky draws, and yeah, I guess you can consider that little miracles whereby you want it, you need it, you just get it. The world gives it to you. That I will consider it a miracle. So yes.
Would you say you dream often?
I would say yes, because it's thanks to all the dreams that I get that I basically I have way too many books to write. Yeah, and I blame it all on dreams. So a lot of my books, a lot of my stories, they're like, I dreamt of it, I woke up, like half sleeping still, I jot it all down. Yeah, I'm never gonna stop dreaming, and I'm never gonna stop writing because I have too many things to do. It only increases. So anybody out there who wants to adopt any of my idea babies, please let me know. I'm not even selling them. They're free. As long as I think that you'll be a good parent to my idea babies, I will give it to you.
Would you say you are plagued with nightmares?
Also yes, because I'm someone who has a lot of unsolved PTSD. I'm still living a life with missing memories. Thanks to that, I am plagued with nightmares.
Are you sometimes afraid of yourself?
Scratch that sometimes. Make it all the time. Okay, I'm afraid of myself because of how monstrous I can be sometimes. Like, if I don't watch myself and I don't control myself, I don't restrict myself, I don't regulate myself, it is very easy for me to accidentally murder someone.
Do you believe you've made an impact in this world?
I mean, yes, because I'm a freaking teacher. And if you are a teacher who's taught more than 100 students, I guess that makes you someone who has impacted in one way or another, big or small way. It is like, you know, another life, and this 100 people will go on to make another 100 different influences to, like, I don't know how many more people that they're gonna see. So it's like an infinite carry down. So yes, I've made an impact to this world, which is why I have to watch myself a lot.
Would you consider yourself to be a rational individual?
I'd say for most of the part, yes, but I'll also say that I am the kind of person who would rationalize things but not follow through, because I'm like, you know, fuck it, since I know how this is, what about the other way, you know? And then I just give in to curiosity. I know what it's like, and I know danger when I see danger, but I still have to jump into it. So yes, I am a rational individual, but I definitely challenge the line of what sanity is. So yes, I am rational, I'm not sane. Let's go.
Do you believe you always have full control over your own actions?
I like to say that I want to be able to be in full control of my own actions, but I'm also the kind in Valorant, especially when I see things and I'm like, fuck, and then I just go in there guns blazing for suicide. it happens in real life as well. If I'm under pressure and I'm in a fight and flight instinct, I will go all out berserk. I'm a berserker. So I don't always have full control over my own actions, so no, I don't. It's unfortunate.
Do you believe everything in life has a purpose?
I mean, not everything. I mean, okay, scientifically speaking, we're all made of cells, right? So everything in life has a purpose because we're all made of cells. Every cell is programmed with a nucleus that has a duty to fulfill. So yes, in that case, yes. However, does everybody actually fulfill all the purpose that they have to fulfill in life? I'd say less than 90% of the existence know what they're doing or why they exist. Those unwoke people, they don't know if it is, but if it is a question about having a purpose in life, yes. For example, some plants are grown, all right, or some plants grow, they make oxygen, right, to keep the balance of this world. Other plants grow in farms. If they are born in farms and didn't ask to be there, it's just kind of like us humans, we can't choose our circumstances, right? If they are there, then the purpose of their life is to be food and sustenance, which is kind of sad, but it is still a purpose, right? And then there are some who grows in between the cracks of abandoned building, or like in the pavement in the city. Like, I don't know how the fuck you went up there. It's a pretty bad place to be in, but you somehow survived against all odds, and you're just there and you're like, where the fuck am I? What the fuck am I doing? Yeah, that you may have a purpose. I guess you may have a purpose, but you gotta find your own purpose in that sense. So yes, it has.
Have you considered yourself to be a fearful person?
I mean, me being scared and me taking action are two separate things. Am I scared of many things? Hell yeah. Cockroaches are one of the biggest fear ever. Plus the fact that I used to be able to see things that don't exist. Those things are really not something average people would. Okay, maybe the average person like, oh my god, you can see spirits, you can see ghosts, you're so cool, I wish I could see them, like wear glasses, popping on and see them. That's not the case. You can't turn it off. It's not an ability that you can turn it off. And if they catch wind that you know they are there, your life would be a living hell in a different sense. So yes, I consider myself to be a fearful person, but do I let this stop me? Hell no. I just face it head on. So am I fearful? Yes. But am I also courageous? Yes. Bravery or courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to master control over it and not let it take over your actions. That is what I believe. So yes. Am I a coward? No. Okay, in most circumstances I am not, but there are cases that I would run rather than fight. That usually comes when I'm facing myself. If I have to deal with myself, I run. But if I have to deal with other things, I will fight it on.
Do you have many regrets in life?
The regrets are not from my own actions, but it's more like resentment. But I have regrets. Probably can be counted on one hand. Like how I wasn't able to prevent certain people's deaths. But apart from that, I don't have many regrets, so no.
Do you feel like anything is holding you back in life?
Hell yeah!
Have you ever been heartbroken?
Of course. My relationship track record is not the best, I would say. I've made many stupid decisions.
Have you ever broken someone's heart?
Don't just say someone else's. Someone else's with S apostrophe, yes. I'm a heartbreaker. Which is why some of my friends like, oh my god, you're a playgirl. I'm not a playgirl. I just end up that way. You know? I know what I want and I know what I don't want. So yeah. Do you believe in this? That's my freaking pen name. Of course. Of course.
Do you believe the future is unpredictable?
I'll say yes and no, depending on if you have information source and you're in the loop. So which kind of future? If it's my own kind of future, it's predictable. If it's a future that belongs to other people or the world in itself, like you can predict it to a certain extent, but you can't always know what's gonna happen next. For example, you won't know when like the isekai truck is coming to get you. So yeah, those kind of things are unpredictable. Those things are predestined. They are planned beforehand. I would call that as fate. But those things that you can still control, you can predict with. That is probably destiny. That is how I actually differentiate fate and destiny. And I chose destiny. I didn't write fate because that would be trying to be a god. And I'm not a god. I don't want to be a god. It's like too much work and not enough pay. So no. Right. Do I believe that the future is unpredictable? Yes. If you're talking about fate, yes. You won't know what's gonna happen next.
Do you believe all things in life are connected in some way?
Yes, like I did explain before, that there's an intricate web that I call karma based on actions and probability. So yes, it will be connected some way or another.
Would you consider yourself to be a prideful person?
No need to ask. Yes.
Would you consider yourself to be a vindicative person?
What the hell is this? Vindicative. Meaning having or showing a strong or unreasoning desire for revenge. Vengeful? I would say no, because honestly speaking, vengeance is tiring. Like, I used to have a lot of hatred, but I realized that hatred is effort, and I'm so drained, so tired. I don't want to care anymore. So right now, I'm only focused on putting the effort into what would benefit best. For example, growing myself. For example, giving back to community, to those who need it more. For example, to all the people who actually, you know, provide value to this world, to make it a less shit place. That is where I put all my energy, time, and effort. I will not put it into something as unproductive and unprofitable, such as revenge. There's no need to go all the way out to make somebody else just miserable, because why put all that effort in when you can just cut them down or cut them off? It's as easy as take a gun, bang bang, that's it, out of your life. There's no need to go so far to, like, you know, think of the next move and all that. So no, I'm not a vindicative person, unfortunately.
Would you consider yourself to be a loving person?
Okay, subjective. To who? If it's to children, to my kids, to my students, yes, I love all my kids equally. If it's to like animals, cats, with the exception of dogs, because they scare the shit out of me, and no bugs. But the rest of them, yeah, I think I'm cool. But if it's to human beings as an equal, they're kind of hard. Not gonna lie, family is fine, friends are fine, right? Not everybody can be considered a family or friend, but those people who are, they are fine. On the other hand, finding someone special is different. I'm not a loving person in that sense. For my someone special, if I were to be like, you know, I am someone who is selfish in love but generous with everything else. So am I a loving person? 90% of me would be. That 10% reserved for someone special would not be.
Would you say you usually learn from your mistakes the first time around?
I'd say no, because I'm pretty dumb and I'm pretty hard-headed. So unless it almost kills me and have someone scream in my face like, "You almost died, you fucking fool," I will not realize that it's a mistake. So I might make that mistake like several more times until I'm like, "Oh shit, I almost died. That was a close one." And then I learn. It's probably like too late. So I wasn't like this before. Prior to this, I was extremely miserable. I was suicidal. I'm still suicidal, but I'm passively suicidal, not actively suicidal. So that's kind of like I'll consider it an improvement. So I don't learn mistakes the first time around. I had a long journey to get to where I am, but once I pick it up, once I see it, it's usually very fast from there. So nope, I'm not first like to learn it, but I am fast to learn it. So no.
Do you believe that true equality exists in this world?
I mean, through the concept and philosophy of Tao, there is yin and there is yang, right? So true equality doesn't quite exist in that sense, because although all the stat points, I like to think of all the stat points as equal, like in character customization, right? But some people just have more stat points than others. Some people's stat points are more aligned towards one side than another. Some people's stat points are more balanced out and stuff like that. So true equality doesn't exist in this world. And if equality in that sense existed, then we'll all just be boring fucks. So no, I do not wish that equality truly exists in that sense because it would be boring.
Do you always treat everyone you meet fairly?
No, it depends. If you're a grown up and you're stupid, I would say fuck you, kill yourself. But if you're a kid and you're stupid, I'll give you a chance and the benefit of a doubt and say maybe you haven't learned because your parents didn't teach you, your teacher didn't teach you, you didn't learn this in school. So now I'm gonna give you a harsh lesson. You better learn the fuck up because the next time I see you, I'm not giving you any more chances. But for adults, no. Adults have no chances. So I don't treat everyone I meet fairly. No.
Do you believe you've always been treated fairly?
If I was treated fairly, I wouldn't be miserable. So no, I don't think so. Besides, I have been ostracized my entire life by society, by my family, by my friends. I've always been that one person who just doesn't get it, you know? Once I don't have to get it if I make it. Making in process.
Do you believe you can escape change?
I don't, but I will try. That's my answer. Change will come and get me eventually, but it will have to try really hard because I run really fast. I have been running for years, but it eventually caught up to me like 5 years ago or so. And when it does, it's like a major transformation. Venus would know. I told him about this, and some of the writers will know as well. I can't escape change. It's so freaking sad. It's like a fact right now. It's not me believing. It's facts. I don't want to believe in it, but it happens. So I have no choice but to say, no, I can't.
Do you ever prolong simple tasks you ought to get taken care of?
It's called procrastination. Yes. For example, I haven't filed all my tax bills. I haven't cleaned my floor or my yoga mat. I haven't changed the bed sheets even though it's a new month already. I just did the billing of the parents and stuff like that, and I'm dying because I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to finish reading the manga, but I have to do that. So yeah, simple task. And for example, I haven't actually dusted the top of my wigs, so that's gonna be a thing. I will let it collect dust until the next cosplay that's confirmed that I'm gonna do, because right now it's like not on my priority list. I don't have enough spare energy. The weather is killing me. Yeah, so I do.
Do you believe the end always justifies the means?
I mean, I would like to believe that as long as you get the results, everything else can be ignored, in a sense whereby it will be swept under the carpet and history will be rewritten for the victor. Every time someone wins a war, the history books are written, but only in the victor's perspective. So yes, as cruel as it sounds, that's reality.
Do you ever use harsh words when speaking to others?
Yes, I say fuck you all the time. Believe it.
Would you consider yourself to be a resentful person?
Yes, but not to any particular entity unless you really fuck up. But resentful in general towards circumstances, the world, society, and how things have become. Yes, I am generally resentful.
Are you putting your best effort into shaping life the way you want it?
Of course. If I wasn't, I would have given up on pursuing my dreams and just gone on a corporate job, being miserable the rest of my life, making 5-digit figures every month. That is the life people want for me, not what I want for myself. I'm barely making bank.
Do you believe you've made many mistakes in life?
Of course. But my biggest mistake is listening to what other people tell me that I can't do.
Are you willing to try anything once?
Depends, but most of the times, yes. Like for example, I will not eat bugs. For example, I will not torture my tongue and my stomach to eat spicy food, like the death level spicy food. No way in hell you will catch me doing that. So yes, there are certain things that I will not do. Not even once. But then again, there are several things that I will do, like a lot of things that I would give try to at least once. For example, I really want to go skydiving or bungee jumping or like scuba diving. So yeah, those are the things. Like I want to go to every country once in my life if I really had the chance. So it is something to be seen, but not everything.
Do you have a pretty good understanding of who you are as a person?
I would say yes. Rather than a good understanding, I know exactly what I want, what I don't want, what I like, and what I don't like, what I can do, and what I absolutely just suck at. I'd say that's pretty good understanding. Also, I know my favorite color. It's purple. That's good enough.
Have you ever felt like life may not be worth
Living. Of course, I am passively suicidal. Yes.
If your best friend was dying and you were the only one who knew, would you tell them the truth about their condition?
This hits really close to home. It's not that if I knew. There was a case of I knew, but I didn't. And till today, I don't know if it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. Because I technically am put in a tough spot, right? I am not in a position to do God's work, to change someone's fate. But I also have the duty to watch out for my friend's interest. But what I did do was I tried to maneuver them in a direction that would give them the last few moments of their life to be the happiest. I don't know if it's right. I probably would have done the same, yeah. I won't tell them. Shit, this is really getting deep. Hold on. No, I can't. I need a break. So yeah, probably one of my biggest regrets is lying to a dying person. And things will be fine. When things are actually not. And I failed to keep my promise. I don't often lie, but that was like one of the instances that I did. I don't know if I was believable, but having someone dying to apologize to you at the last is kind of sucks, you know, it kind of sucks. If you knew they were going in 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, and you tell them a lie and they apologize to you, probably because they knew. Alright, if I can't continue streaming, I will probably just cut it halfway. Because who was expecting all these questions to hypothetically dig so deep into what looks like a fictional fairy tale but actually happens in real life, right? okay, I got this. Right, the Watcher.
Do you believe assisted suicide should be permissible?
Oh wow, one after another. Assisted suicide. Like, I'm imagining several circumstances. I can't speak to say that everybody values life similarly, for example, myself. But I also will think of the person who is helping with the suicide. Will this truly put no weight on their soul? On one hand, you have to make the tough choice of bearing this and losing someone forever. On the other hand, sometimes you know it might be better off for that person to have a new chance with the afterlife and not continue anymore, because stage 4 cancer is truly painful, especially if you know that they've lost all motivation to live or fight or try, and they're too old and too tired, like my grandma. That would you still want them to continue 3 more months, 90 more days, 24 hours each of those 90 days? Pulling the plug is the same as assisted suicide in many cases. It's not an easy decision to make, but sometimes it has to be done. So why is pulling the plug allowed but not assisted suicide? Oh shit. Yes, I think it should be permissible on like a case by case basis.
Have you ever wanted to live forever?
Yes, and I still do, because there's only one reason one should live forever, which is to see the end of the world and record things with your own eyes so that history books cannot be manipulated. That is the only reason why I would want to live forever. I want to find out the end of the story we call life, because it has no answers, and I'm seeking answers that presently we don't have it. We just basically don't have it. Yes, I would like to, but is it possible? Probably not.
Have you ever questioned why you exist?
I asked this question so many times when I was a child, and I still received no answers. So I just make my own answer.
Do you believe your life has a value?
Not just mine, every life has a value, but how much and what kind? That is a true question.
Have you ever doubted your own existence?
If it's asking me if I was adopted, then yes, I once wondered if I was adopted because my parents didn't seem to love me and they hated me. But I guess if it's like, why do I exist? Then there are also those moments, so I guess this is a hard yes.
Would you consider yourself to be defective?
Of course, I'm broken. What are you talking about? Broken and proud of it. Survivors, hashtag.
Do you believe good can exist without evil as a contrast?
No. If good only exists without evil as a contrast and everybody is good, they will just be known as neutral.
Have you ever felt like you were placed here for a greater purpose than which you serve?
I mean, I don't mean to be all self-important and everything, because I don't have that circumstances to be so. Like, I'm not the king's princess or whatever shit that is in a fairy tale. I don't have that responsibility to do more than what I meant to do for myself. Hell no.
Would you consider yourself to be a violent person?
Yes, I cat punch everybody and I slap people I don't like. Yes, I roast them verbally as well if I cannot reach them. Like Venus on the stream, we were here. I'm like, Venus, where's your brain cell? Yeah, I am a very violent person. Verbally violent as well, especially verbally.
Would you consider yourself to have a dark mind?
Hell yeah, I think about death all the time.
Would you consider laughter to be the best medicine in most cases?
I won't say it's a medicine. I would say it is nourishment for the soul. So no.
Have you ever loved someone who did not love you in return?
I guess so. But it's not like how do I say? It's not like a deep like a very deep kind of unconditional love, that kind of thing. It's more like a fascination and an investment of my affections towards that person based on my own curiosity. So that's that.
Have you ever wished to be loved by all?
As a kid with many issues, yes. Poor kid me just wanted to be accepted, but everybody was like, oh my gosh, she's weird. Yeah, I know I'm weird, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Right now, it's just like you don't have to accept me. You're not invited to my party. That's the difference.
Do you believe that you could still live a happy life if you were hated by all?
I mean, it depends by what the all is. If you're talking about humans, yes. If you're talking about cats, I would be extremely sad that I'm hated by cats because they're like one of my favorite animals to be nearby. I don't even need to touch them. I just want to be beside them, just sit there with a book, just sit there doing my work and look at them, just like, oh my god, you're so cute, and then continue doing my work. I can't imagine if I was hated by cats, but if I was hated by every human being on this planet, that's fine by me. I don't need to like humans. Do you still believe that you could live a happy life if you were hated by all? I would say yes, with the exception of cats.
Are you initially afraid of letting others get too close to you for any reason?
Yes, that's because most of the time when people get close to me, they want something out of me, and that is completely not okay. So no, I don't let people get close to me until they've proven their worth, that they're actually kind by nature. If you're not kind by nature, getting close to me for material benefits or whatever benefits, that's just gonna get an X for me. I mean, I have many business acquaintances, but I don't have them close to me. Get the difference? So yes.
Do you have any nervous tics or anxious quirks that you know of?
Snapping my fingers is one of them. Basically. Also, when I get nervous or when I get anxious, I have more of a poker face and a death glare than any other times. People usually think that I'm arrogant or I'm angry when I'm nervous or anxious, so yes. And I move really slowly. People usually see it as a sign of confidence, but it's just me trying not to faint. The more you know.
Are you afraid of thunderstorms?
Hell no, this is one of my greatest lullabies. What are you talking about? Ouch, that is not just a thunderstorm. My poor eyes, that is motion sickness inducing.
I love them.
I know you do, you psycho.
Are you able to find peace among chaos?
My life is chaos in a nutshell. Am I peaceful? I find chaos peaceful. So yes, it's my kind of peace.
Do you believe that you have peace in your life at this very moment?
Yes, because I constantly live in chaos. And this is my norm. It is my pond. It is my home. I am a fish in this pond, and this is how I live. Without chaos, I'll be bored as fuck. When I'm bored as fuck, I'm suicidal. So I guess chaotic is peaceful because I don't think about suicide. So if I go by this logic, it works out very well.
Have you ever feared that perhaps you have a grim future?
I don't fear it, I know it.
Have you ever been overwhelmed with a sense of dread or impending doom?
If you're talking about doom, like a deadline, or things that I've overcommitted or overpromised because I'm ambitious and too overly ambitious sometimes. I just like yes to everything, and then when I come back with it and like, oh shit, how am I gonna cope with this? Yeah, that sense, yes. And then I have a nervous breakdown, an anxiety attack, and then I'm like, I can't do this, I hate myself, why do I always... Yeah, that kind of cycle, I have them. But if it's talking about like, oh my god, when am I gonna die? Someone gonna rob me and stuff like that? No, never, because I have zero sense of self-preservation. So I would say no. I have zero sense of self-preservation. Anyways,
Would you say that you have many friends?
I would consider that I'm someone who is in the center of many social activities and circles. So yes, I do. But how many of these friends, quote unquote friends, do I have that I would openly tell them secrets? And actually, do I even have secrets now? Remember to tell things. Yes. Okay, there is a difference between the friends whom I remember to tell things and the friends whom I only talk to when I remember something. The friends whom I remember to tell things are closer to me than the friends whom I only tell things to when I remember on the go. It's like a on the way, oh yeah, this person actually said this before. Hey, what's up? You remember this thing? Yeah, I saw it today. It was so cool. Versus the one who's like the kind of friends whom I say, hey, I just tried a new recipe for lunch. It's cheese with sweet chili pasta. How's that? Did I improve? You know, that's the difference between these two friends. So I would say I have many friends, but I would say that I don't have many close friends. I have a harem of best friends, but even that harem is less than 10, less than 5 actually. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Would you say that you have many enemies?
My known enemies are not as many as my unknown enemies. So yes, I have a lot of enemies whom I don't know them and who I don't know hate me. They can be people who pretend to like me. I know they exist because I see my YouTube content, and more often than not, I see every single video. You guys don't see it because there's a YouTube thing that doesn't allow you to see dislikes, right? Every single video, there will be automatically, before even it starts, there will be that one dislike for every single video I upload. I just don't know who it is, but I don't really particularly care either because they spend so much time and effort trying to just hate me and pull me down. They can't do shit. They don't comment. So if you don't comment and I don't know you, you're nothing but just a data to me, like just a number in my eyes. You're like 0 and 1s. So that's all. Would I say I have many enemies? Yes. Do I know them all? Hell no.
Have you ever trusted someone entirely without questions?
Yes, many times, yes. Especially if I'm lost. I'm like, excuse me, how do I get to this train station? Or excuse me, do you know where this road is? Yes, I trust them wholeheartedly with no questions asked.
Do you sometimes believe that you're destined to be a hero?
I don't think I'm destined to be a hero, but I would say that I'm born with this thing called 英雄病 in Chinese, which means hero disease. It's like your body moves before you know what the fuck you're doing. If I see someone in danger or someone who is down, who needs help and stuff like that, like the other day, it was raining, alright, and then this food delivery rider, it was on a motorcycle. He just went down the hill, he skidded, he crashed. I was like, holy shit. I was on my way home, okay? I went there, like deliberately to see if he was okay. He got up, he stood up, he started cussing, and then I was like, okay, this guy is not that injured, he's gonna leave, so I just walked away. But if he ended up not moving, I'm gonna be that one person who would stand there under the rain, under the storm actually, it wasn't rain, it was a storm. Under that storm, with takeout in my hand, call back home, tell my parents that I'll be late and stuff like tell my family that I'll be late. And then call the ambulance and wait for the ambulance to come and stuff like that, and like give an entire report on what I seen as a witness of this crash. Yeah, I would be that person, and I don't even know this food delivery man. But yes, I'm that kind of person. Do I consider myself to be a hero or destined to be a hero? No, I'm just helping out because I can. That's it. I guess it's up for debates, but personally, I don't feel like I'm a hero, and I don't want to be one. It's too much of a trouble. I can't save myself. Why the fuck am I saving people? right?
Do you sometimes believe that you're destined to be a villain?
Yes, hell yes. Otherwise, why would I have suffered so much, right?
If you had superhuman powers, would you use them exclusively for good?
Of course not. I'm gonna use them exclusively for me, not for good. I don't get paid for good stuff.
Do you often find beauty in those who cannot find beauty within themselves?
It depends. There are some people who don't find beauty in themselves. That's because they're absolutely trash and don't improve on themselves whatsoever. But on the other hand, there are those who only have a lack of low self-esteem, but they are already shining the way they are. So of course, they won't see it because they don't want to see it. There's a difference. So if you're talking about the people whom I select, yes, I do find beauty in every single person, especially my students. But if they were like, common societal trash, like 80% of society out there, no. It's not beauty at all. Like, I don't try to find beauty in other people. I try to see potential, but most times those potential fall flat because people don't change. That's what I learned. So, if they can't find it within themselves, I will probably just walk past them because they're probably not going to be able to find it either unless they're determined to improve. So for safe reasons like safety, I would say no.
Do you ever have difficulty finding beauty within yourself?
Yes, I find talent, I find sass, I find arrogance, I find a lot of things. I find handsomeness. I don't find beauty.
Do you believe that sometimes suffering is a necessary part of life?
Yes, because only with suffering, then you can be tempered like steel to be forged stronger. And if you don't survive, you weak fuck.
Have you ever caused someone to suffer unnecessarily?
I mean, yes, from experience, not by choice. It's because when I first started teaching as a teacher, I had no idea what it is like for people who are not geniuses to learn new things, right? As a child genius, I picked up everything really easily. My parents had an easy life with me, academically. They had a hard life with me in other areas, but not academically. I taught myself everything, including the things my teachers didn't teach. So yes, but have I ever, caused someone to really just cry, break down in my class? Many times, because I didn't know how to break it down in a way that normal people thought. I taught my students when I first started the way I learned. I was like, when you see this, do this. When you see this, do this. If you don't see this, do this. After that, you just need to remember this, and this, and then apply accordingly to the pattern that you see in this exam 100%. Get it? Any questions? And they're like, and I'm like, okay, which part didn't you understand? And they're like, everything. The first thing that came to mind was, are you listening? Like, where are your ears? Are they for decoration? That was me when I first started, I'm not a very patient person. I'm not a very empathetic person. I don't really understand what they don't understand or where they understand how they work, how they function. I thought everybody else was just incapable. Until I learned that no, it's not that people are incapable, it's just that I'm too capable. So I have to make exceptions there. So have I ever caused someone to suffer unnecessarily? I would say yes, but I am getting better at that. Like, I'm trying my best here. It's not easy. It's still not easy, which is why I know I lost my patience with Venus, but I also knew that I could afford to lose my patience with Venus because he is a kind person. He is a kind man. He is someone who understands, and most importantly, he is a friend. He doesn't hold grudges. He knows. And that's why they're friends, right?
Do you believe that torture is ever justified?
I mean, torture for what kind of situation? Torture for self-satisfaction? No. Torture for the sake of a war, information, and whatever where the strongest survive? It is not justified, but it is a means to the ends, and anything that gets the end is justified. So, but torture for in the name of love. For example, if you torture someone and make them go through something uncomfortable so that they can grow from it, well, it is not pleasant. But again, the means justify everything, right? The methods. So if torture gets you what you need to get done, it is justified. If not, then no. So they asked if it's ever justified. I would say if you are the victor, it's justified.
Have you ever felt like life is torturing you?
Hell yes, look at the weather. They want me dead today.
Do you believe that war is necessary for peace?
I mean, war and peace are like the different ends of the spectrum of greed, right? Peace is for the people who want to like remain stagnant. War is for ambition and greed. I would say that if there is a long period of peace without anyone to shake things up, somewhere, somehow, there will always be a cycle of people who are bored. And in peace, nobody wants to shake this balance. Nobody wants to improve. Nobody wants to be different. Everybody just wants to do the things that they've always done. There will also not be a lot of progress unless during this time of peace there is education going on, that every individual in this era of peace is enlightened, and that there are no strifes, no conflicts with each other whatsoever, that they can coexist in complete harmony, which I'll be very frank, it's an impossible dream, right? So there are always this unbalance that's happening here that you have to fight it out in order for understanding to be reached, yes or no? Therefore, you can consider this war in a sense, because not everybody can see both sides of coin unless they've been to the other side. So for the fastest way to actually achieve peace through understanding is for everybody to have a similar experience. For example, COVID was worldwide. Everyone suffered together. That's why we have this common understanding. But in previous times, not everybody suffered together. Like some suffered more than others. So that's why I guess war might be necessary for peace in order to hasten the education process of how to coexist in harmony, putting aside differences and working without stepping on other people's ambitions, dreams, and whatsoever. Yeah. I believe it's necessary because we don't live in a reasonable society or world, unfortunate as it is.
Do you find violence to be entertaining?
I mean, if the violence is an anime, yes, it's like the pow pow, like Tom and Jerry, you know, that kind of thing. And then you hit them, they fly to the star, they blast off, they come back again in the next episode, like sparkly clean, no injuries or whatsoever. Yes, that is entertaining. But if you're talking about like the gladiators in Roman times, whereby they kill each other in a ring for entertainment, like the criminals and stuff, no, that's not entertaining. So there is like a yes and a no. Again, I would go with yes. I'm inclined to go with yes because entertainment is like, you know, subjective. It is if it is in controlled environments with no long-lasting harmful effects, then yes. Like, why do we like action movies? Jackie Chan is one of my greatest role model, which is the reason why I started learning martial arts. He uses violence in action films to create comedy, and it is entertaining. So yes.
Do you believe that morality can be taught?
Yes, and it should be. Most people think that without teaching, kids know automatically how to share, how to be kind, how to be nice, how to be polite. That is not true, right? They watch from examples. If you are raised in a place that is self-absorbent, like the parents are just thinking only for themselves, the kid will naturally have narcissistic tendencies. It's a morality thing that has to be taught from an early age. For example, my BFF, Kiki Scribbles, aka Crastolos, she is a narcissist. Not because of her upbringing or so, but because she simply wasn't taught. She did not know any better. That is her problem. Like, ever since she has been awakened to that fact, like a few years ago, she's been working on it, and yes, there has been improvement. It's not that you can't teach an old dog tricks. Like, she didn't learn that when she was younger, but after her breakup with her previous toxic ex, things have gotten like way better for her. And after talking to me, and like we've been working together, and she started seeing several things that I've been saying, I'm like, girl, you're like 2 years too late. I told you this 2 years ago. You're only starting to understand the basics of it now. And you were arguing with me back then. I wanted to vomit blood, I told her. Yeah, we're at that level of friendship, you know? So can morality be taught? Yes, it can be, and it should be.
Do you believe that success is always a good thing?
I'd say no, because it depends. If your success inspires further growth and sets a foundation for greater things, then yes, it's a good thing. But most times, people who achieve success through surprised methods, which means they don't work for it and success falls into their lap, they oftentimes end up walking the road of self-destruction. For example, you won a lottery, right? You have so much money now, you quit your job. The first thing you do is quit your job, you pay out all your mortgage, you have leftover money, you don't know what to do, you indulge in all the things you couldn't indulge in before. That is going to be a problem. So that success, quote unquote success, of winning the money in the lottery and getting rich is going to end up ruining your entire life, and you would forever never be able to recover from that until you learn how to move on from there and take control of that success. So no, it's not always a good thing.
If you could get away with breaking any law that you wanted, would you walk around doing anything and everything you wanted?
You don't have to tell me twice. I would do that. Like, for example, why the fuck do I need a passport whenever I'm going over to different countries? I'll just go over. No visa application required or whatsoever. Education be free or be damned. Like, I don't need to go to school when I know everything school has to offer and more. You know, that sort of things. Yep. And like, you know, all the trash people, why do you need to find evidence for them and wait for a very lengthy court process so that they can be, like, you know, sent to jail and justice be served? Serve it yourself. That's what I would like to say. Unfortunately, we live in a society regulated by laws for a reason, because if people like me go crazy, then there will be chaos. And when there is chaos, there will be people who would do a lot of things that will basically give the government a big headache. So no.
Would you say that you always know right from wrong when making decisions in life?
No, hell no. If I knew that, then I wouldn't be suffering right now, okay? I only know what I want, what I don't want, what I can do, and what I can't do. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I just go with it. And after I make that decision, I try my best not to regret it.
Would you consider yourself to be an excellent judge of character?
I would say I'm an excellent judge of potential, but I won't say I'm an excellent judge of character. I can read people, and I can see their intentions. But do I know their personalities? Not quite. Do I know their strengths and weaknesses? Not really. Do I know if they can be a better person and they are willing to? Yes. That makes it complicated. Do I really know if I'm an excellent judge of character? I would say when working with people, clients, businesses, whatsoever, that is fine. But when I'm talking about like relationships, I used to be terrible. But I say I'm improving. So would I be excellent? Okay, I say I'm good, but I'm not excellent. Alright? So judging on excellent, I'll go with no.
Are you good at telling when someone is lying?
Hell no. If I knew this, I wouldn't be like cheated on so many times. Fucking hell.
Would you consider yourself to be a talented liar?
When the situation calls for it, yes. It's not technically lying, it's the ability to brainwash myself into telling a lie. If I think it's the truth and I say it, it will not be considered a lie. I'm a pathological liar, I think they call it like that. It's a personality disorder kind of thing that gives me the ability to tell lies that aren't lies. So I guess in that sense, I do have that ability.
Are you always honest with everyone you meet in life?
Yes, but how honest is subjective.
If you found a stray animal and bonded with it over a course of a year, only to be confronted by the owner a year later asking for the animal back, would you return it to the original owner?
Hell no. Finders keepers, fuck you.
Do you often see the good in someone even when there isn't?
If there isn't, you wouldn't be seeing it in the first place. No, it doesn't make sense.
Do you believe that the difference between good and evil is only a matter of opinion?
Yes, it depends on perspective. Again, the whole world revolves around perspective. You can write about the perspective of a villain, but if the villain is an anti-hero, that makes the person good. However, if you're on the camp of the righteous justice, that villain who is an anti-hero would be evil, even though they truly aren't. And the ones who are truly evil and self-serving, they're just like, everybody else is just stupid, I'm not evil. So yes, that is an opinion, always.
Do you believe that love is a weakness?
Yes and no. Because sometimes you tend to make decisions not for yourself when you're in love, and that is the weakness that comes about. If the other person isn't thinking about you as much as you're thinking about them, then it becomes very dangerous. Speaking from experience, by the way. So I believe it is a weakness, yes.
Would you consider yourself to have fortunate luck most of the time?
I mean, so far so good. I survived till now, so I guess yes, I am fortunate. Am I exceptionally special in the case whereby I have everything going on smoothly in my life? No. But the kind of fortunate luck I consider to have is escaping death.
Would you consider yourself to be a merciful person?
Yes, because I could have destroyed many people easily, but I didn't. So I gave them a chance to fuck off before I bury them. So I would consider myself merciful most times, yes.
Do you believe that honesty is always the best policy?
To be honest, I think that honesty is the easiest policy, not the best policy. Because when you're honest with people, you can straight away tell their intentions from there. So that is it. It's not the best policy, it is the easiest policy.
Have you ever broken an important promise even though you know you shouldn't?
Yes. And it is one that I heavily regret. Because of circumstances, I couldn't keep it. It's not that I didn't want to keep it, I could not keep it.
Do you believe that ignorance is bliss?
Also yes, because I have best friends who are dumb as rocks, and they are the happiest rocks I've ever seen.
Have you ever wondered if life could be a test?
Life is a test. It's not wondering if it is a test, it is a test. Every single thing that requires you to make a decision is a test.
I find your answers very interesting, Wanderer. I believe I've got to know you so much better in such a short period of time. I'd like to thank you for allowing me the opportunity. It truly has been a pleasure.
Not for me though, bitch.
As a token of my gratitude, I would like to bestow you a gift.
I don't know if I really want your gift though, Watcher, but sure.
This is the gift of insight, Wanderer. I will tell you what I see deep within you. Please listen to my words carefully, Wanderer, for they bear the weight of your soul.
Okay, there are only two possibilities right now. The weight of my soul is either as light as a feather, because I'm a freaking airhead or cotton candy, or the weight of my soul is like a freaking cargo ship, because there are so many things that I regret doing. Either or, there is no in between. All right, let's view the average that you think my soul weighs.
We all carry burdens, Wanderer.
You don't say.
We all carry a weight upon our shoulders.
You don't say.
Upon our chest, it sits, stealing the breath from our burning lungs.
No. That's called I need a breast reduction if that's the case.
Though it may appear that we carry these burdens with ease, it does not mean that they are not heavy.
If you're talking about someone with a G cup, I would be inclined to agree with you, yes.
We must understand that the one who fears that they will suffer already suffer from what they fear. The burdens placed upon us are often ones we place upon ourselves.
You don't say. This is called the self-destructive genius cycle. Welcome to depression. Creative geniuses often suffer from depression and existential crisis. Yes, that's what I learned.
We wear a crooked crown of thorns that dig into our bloody temples, and we walk through coals of crimson fire while holding a broken heart in our bloody hands.
I mean, you don't have to say that twice or 3 times. I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Sometimes it is important to drop what we carry, for the price of our burdens is not worth the weight we bear.
That is how I walked away from suicide like a few years back, like probably 5-6 years ago. So yes, it is not worth it, which is why I don't do revenge anymore. I used to, I don't do it now. It's not worth it. There are more things to be had. Killing is too simple, it's too easy, but growing something, giving life to something, raising it is much harder. That's what I thought. That's what I realized as well. Inspiring people, inspiring children in the next generation takes more effort than trying to get back at a vengeful ex, for example.
And sometimes we carry these burdens, especially when we carry them for so long. We develop the strength to carry so much more.
Preach! This is exactly what I think.
The things that held us down for what felt like forever become lighter than any straw or feather.
This is what I say. My soul is either a feather or a cargo ship.
And as we pick up the weight of whole new fear, visions of the past become ever so clear.
Right, you think you're so smart trying to make this rhyme, but sure.
Do not let yourself suffer, wanderer. You are worth more than what you believe.
You don't tell me that. I know.
You do not have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You do not have to bear the weight that others place upon you, or that you choose to place upon yourself, so that others may carry less.
I do not, but I do.
Stitch that broken heart together, shove it back into the gaping hole within your chest.
I don't think it's possible, not with my current abilities at least. There's so many things I want to do. I just can't, not alone. I will break down.
Tear the crown of thorns from your head and toss it into the fire.
Of what? Hate?
Step off the burning coals and care for your blistered feet.
They're not very blistered, but okay. It's my bum though, it's becoming a pancake.
For you have walked through hell long enough, wanderer. And now it has come time to rest.
I've rested so much that I feel like I cannot rest anymore recently. But yes, I've taken time out to indulge myself in the manga and anime that I've been wanting to watch for a while now. But yes.
Heed these words, wanderer. They will help you on your journey forward if you let them.
It's not that I don't want to rest, it's that I have too many things to do and only I can do them, and if I don't do them, then who the fuck is gonna do these things? Like really, if I had the ability to automate all these things, to finish all these things without trying to kill myself every single day, I would have done that. I want to as well. Not that I don't know that. I want to as well, but I can't. I just can't. There is nobody else who's able to do the things that I do, and I don't have help.
I want to give you one more parting gift before I take my leave.
Yes, hurry up and go.
A simple gift, if you will.
If it's free and I don't have to pay it, I guess I can accept it, Watcher.
One singular word.
Hooray! I like words. I'm a writer. Thanks. Let's go.
And that gifted word, wanderer, is restful.
You're just mocking me at this point. Fuck you, Watcher.
Remember this word moving forward, for it will help you in ways that you possibly couldn't fathom. Trust me on that.
I don't trust people easily, and you are not one of them. So if my word is restful, then fuck you, because it's not that I didn't know this. And you are not the first person telling me this, but I cannot afford this currently. I live in Singapore, you don't. You live in a rundown chapel. I have inflation to fight to feed myself. You feed on other people's stories in your game in the chapel. Yeah, you don't even have to pay rent. I still live with my dad. And I have a coming house that needs payment with my mom. You don't have that kind of burden.
And with that, I take my leave. Until next time, Wanderer.
That next time will be in part 2. I guess I will see you in part 2. Right, this game though, oh my god. Thank you for playing the test Secrets of the Soul. If you enjoyed this experience, please feel free to check out the test. Oh my god, wait, it's a trilogy? Fate Weaver and Alchemist Quandary, The Advisor, and many other titles similar in nature. Okay, damn, I have to like do this monthly then as a series or something. It is so interesting. Alright, so whoever who is watching the VOD of my stream or who is on stream as well, please let me know what your word is. Mine was restful. I want to know what kind of words you guys got. Please take the gifted word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in the comment for us. We will be selecting some of you to be included in future projects that we're currently working on. That sounds interesting. It's more than a game. This one is like a psychological study of some kind. Yeah, and I don't mind. One of these projects includes a title called Chasing Demons, which you can now add to your wish list on Steam for future updates to see if you've been chosen in the game itself. I don't want to be featured in the game though. If you do not wish to have your name in the credits or to be selected as a character in future projects, simply leave your gifted word out of the comments and we will not select your name. We will always read every comment we get. We promise you won't go unnoticed. I mean, I will leave it like a review on Steam or what, but like not in the comments. I don't know if reviews count as comments, but I'm gonna leave a review there. Again, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, and we hope you get some form of enjoyment from our projects. You made me cry, so I guess project achieved. It was tough though. It was like, it really went deep in a way that I wasn't expecting. Like, my life is a drama. For those of you who don't know me, my life is literally an anime drama. One of my best friends, Kiki Scribble, she described it as the protagonist for a tragedy anime series. I think it was exactly how it was. Wow, though, this game is really more than I expected. It was worth it. Yeah, I definitely want to support them because it's not every day that you get to see something like this. It's so rare. It's psychological, it's philosophical. It is something that really, you know, if you want to date someone, you gotta see them for who they truly are. Like, get them to play this, watch them play it with them, like, you know, and then you truly get to know what kind of person they are. That is what I think. Then again, not everybody is me. So yeah, it is a very... Is it a long game? It's a short game. I don't know how long this game was. Oh my god, it's 1.5 hours. Right, and then these are all the credits, including the musics and stuff like that. It is a great game. I would highly recommend this. So yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just mute this and get to my chatting room. Oops. Right, so how was it, guys? It was really intense. Like, for me, it was really intense. I took my time to play this game. Some people claim that it took them only like 20 minutes to play this game, so I was expecting kind of like a short stream, you know, like maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that, but it ran on for way longer than I thought it would be, and it asked a lot of questions that I wasn't quite expecting. It came in from the left field, like, who the fuck would make a hypothetical situation like your best friend dying and stuff like that? I mean, that really just took me off guard. It was like, that memory of mine have to be more than 10 years ago. It has to be more than a decade ago, bitch. Like, you pulling me out of what I was. Like, I grew up so much within this last 5 years. Left my corporate job, started my freelance career, went through all those things, built myself up from scratch, and dug myself out of the abyss. Like, I spent so much time doing that. They just chucked me right back to where I was 10 years ago or more, maybe 12 now actually. Wow, that shit really hit deep. I was completely not expecting it at all. It's so, I would say it is something that probably not it's probably not something that most people would go through. So yeah, I need a break. I thought I would be doing like writing after this, but damn, that really dug deep. It's so interesting, but at the same time it's so invasive. If I knew this, I would be like, they have to write something like PTSD warning triggers or something like that. It was just a memory trip of like bad memories, you know, going back to all those times where I was truly unhappy with everything that happened. I made myself. I had to make myself because I was denied existence from the very beginning. Like I said, criticism don't faze me. I've been eating criticism for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day since the day I was born. It is not something that I will feel hurt over. Like, people say you're ugly. Okay, I'm ugly. You don't look much better than me, bitch. You know, that kind of confidence was built. I wasn't born with it. I was built. I built it myself. I had such low self-esteem back then. You would not recognize me as the kind of queen I am today. No way in hell. Like, I have a personality because I went through so much, and people tend to take advantage of those who are kinder. Yeah, you know, like, I did tell one of my parents, or one of the clients actually, because I teach several subjects, right, private students and all. So when I bill parents, I usually have a heart-to-heart talk with them as well. I do give them updates whenever possible about their child's progress and things that I sense. Like, for example, I know that a child is getting bullied in school, but they won't tell their parents. They will tell me. They won't tell their parents at all, which is really strange, because, like, you know, you should love your mom and dad more than you love your teacher or your private tutor actually. And she doesn't consider herself to be going to school to learn, going to school to play, she said. And I was just like, then where do you do your learning? Oh, I do it with you. And I'm just like, but I'm your tutor. Like, I'm your private tutor. Yes, I do help you out with learning things, but that's like after curriculum assignments. It's not part of what you're doing at school. Your school is your primary source of education, but she doesn't see it that way. So yeah, it's a lot of these kind of cases that I take on. I charge people based on the rate that I think is reasonable. It's slightly above average. It's not like the very high end of it. It's slightly above average, you know, with those kind of things. And I do make a lot of concessions, okay? I don't charge them for like, oh, overtime 5 minutes. I don't charge them for like things that I bring from my own resources and stuff like that. No, sometimes I just buy. I don't even back charge them and say, oh, you know, this book is like $9 something and I need you to pay me all that. No, I even buy my students gifts from time to time. Like, I really love my students. I like what I'm doing. But some parents, you know, just some parents, they take advantage. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry, we couldn't make it this month. We're gonna cancel like 5 lessons because he suddenly had to go to like India, overseas, something like that. I'm like, you knew that it was gonna happen. You knew that it was gonna be planned and stuff like that, but you still, and what's gonna happen to these 5 lessons then? I cannot be constantly, you know, not charging you for lessons or like doing free lessons for you just because you couldn't make it this month, and then we try to push some lessons over to the next month and then we cancel out the fees from there and stuff like that. I'm a freelancer. I don't earn stable and I have bills to pay. I'm not running a charity. Even though I'm like, you know, I can make exceptions. Like, one time, okay, you tell me this month, oh, he has to go to the hospital because he's broken his leg. Okay, immediate cancellation of lesson. I will make that up. Yes, one time. It happens for the whole month, like 2-3 times every week once. That is unacceptable, and it's not the first time. It's been a few times. It's probably like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time already in that case. So I'm drawing the line there. I will not make concessions like that. In the past, I would not. I would have like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay, bitch. Like the today me, the me that I've built up myself will tell you it's not okay. I won't instantly tell you to fuck off because it is not your fault. It is also not the kid's fault. Life is hard on a lot of us, right? Life is really hard on all of us. But you know, just because life is hard on you doesn't mean you can take it out on somebody else who doesn't deserve it. I am someone who believes in responsibility, reliability, professional etiquette, and stuff like that. If I can commit to this, right, why can't you? I'm holding my end of the bargain. I'm doing more than what I'm supposed to do, and you know that I'm doing way more than what you're paying me for. Even though it's above average rate, I'm doing way more than what other people would have done, right? And you still choose to treat me like this? This is on you, man. Like, I let them know right up front that if they want to keep me as their teacher, these are my new terms and conditions. And if they cannot agree to it, then no. They can go find another teacher. I'm not gonna leave them in the lurch like, okay, bye then. I'm not gonna leave them in the lurch, but I'm gonna tell them, you have 1 month, I'm just gonna work for 1 more month, and I'm gonna give you the contact of this agent who will match you with other piano teachers that you can interview them, and I'll teach you how to find a good piano teacher. I'm gonna teach you how to find a piano teacher that would be able to help your kid because your kid has ADHD, right? It's not easy. You need to look for a teacher with this certain kind of qualities before you engage them, and always go for trial lessons. You know, I will recommend all these things, and I will recommend a progression plan, like the kind of books to look out for, the kind of basic techniques to remember, the kind of practice that your kid requires and stuff like that. I'm not someone who leaves out everything and pulls out just because it's over. Sure, last year I was teaching at a tuition center, English tutor, right? English tuition teacher at the school, like 10 students or so, maybe more than that, like 20 students, something like that. They all remember me. They have my contact. Some of them are still asking me. They moved on from primary school. They're now in secondary school, so it's like elementary school to middle school, right? And they have depression. And they have problems with procrastination. They have problems with friends. They have problems with expectations and whatsoever, and like, you know, just general teenage things that their parents aren't able to tell, like, you know, they aren't able to tell their parents that because there's no safe space, right? Essentially, there's no safe space, and their parents are like too busy, too tired. It's like, oh, it's okay, it's a small deal. It may be a small deal to us adults because we've been through that, we know, but it's not a small deal to these kids. So they come to me sometimes and they text me. They have my number, they have my phone number. My phone is like full of contacts of people. It's always so busy. That's why I'm apparently putting it on mute while I stream. But yeah, it would have been going off by now. And I have so many social groups and gatherings that sometimes I'm like, can you just leave me out of it? Yeah, a lot of times, which is why I make it such that my schedule allows for all these things. I have 3 calendars for that reason. So yeah, I need to learn to draw the line, which I'm still learning. I'm still practicing, and all these things are like kind of not really ingrained in me yet. Sometimes this strong fun like slips, it cracks, right? And then the old me who is very broken and very damaged just comes out. I have this fear, or rather would I say this innate ability to think that if I stop working hard, everything that I worked for will fall apart, and that I would be back at the stage where I was with completely nothing, because I don't have a safe space. I have a creative space that I fought for, but I don't have a safe space. There is no safe space for me. Not physically, not emotionally, not mentally, not spiritually. There is no safe space. I'm constantly on the go. I'm constantly moving from place to place. I'm constantly traveling. I'm a nomad in life. So when the test told me restful, that's the one word they gave me, restful. Where the fuck do you expect me to rest, huh? I am like homeless. Where am I gonna rest? On a bench in a park? In a parking lot? In somebody else's abandoned staircase? That's like, it doesn't, I have no place to rest. Bitch, if I had one, I would sleep 24 hours a day. Yeah, the people who know me, I always be like, yeah, I need to rest. I give them this emoji, which is a coffin. So I will rest when I'm dead, because that's the only place that I can possibly rest, right? Apart from that, there is literally nothing else. Like, how do you expect me to rest? I don't belong anywhere. I don't have a place yet. Maybe in 10 years, but not now. I don't own a place of my own to really be safe, to rest, to call my own, and be who I am. There is no such space. Online community, perhaps there are like a few places that I can go to, but in terms of me as a person, fully, not just a 2D e-girl, like hey ooh, no, not this kind, okay? It's not even my YouTube channel community anymore. It's something that is really my life. It's a mess. But yes, I don't think it's a terrible game. In fact, it's really good. Highly recommended. I don't often recommend things, but this one was really good. It was legit. And I'm curious to know how other people see it as well, because it really digs deep. It digs so deep, and I have so much trauma. I'm like, I work hard, I work too hard, I work too hard, I break my bones, and I'm still walking. Yeah, that's the kind of bitch that I am. I don't rest. I don't rest until I'm broken. And I have this thing that says, it ain't broken till it's basically, it's not broken. It's not breaking until it's broken. Yeah. I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, it is not breaking until it is broken. That is my go-to catchphrase, right? I may be broke, I may be broken, but it is not breaking. I am not breaking yet until I am broken. Like if I am truly down and out, like the last 2 months or 3 months ago, I was completely out of it. Like first I dislocated my shoulder, and then when I recovered, I got a fever that lasted for a long time, and then I had gastric thanks to that fever, and then it continued, so on and so forth. My blood pressure, my spine, my everything was collapsing. It took me this long to be able to is it this week? No, a few days ago, I was finally able to do 50 plank twist. Do you know how long that took me to recover? It was from like what, February? It was a long way, bitch. It took me this long to recover and be able to do like 50 plank twists like in the morning. Like, do you have any idea how difficult it is? If I rest, it's gonna be like that. It's gonna take me a very long time to climb back up to where I am again. That's why I'm so afraid of resting. I can't rest until I'm certain that I've reached a certain level of being able to not fall back into the void that I climbed out of. It's like a cliff. I've not reached a safe base yet, you know? I'm still climbing that cliff. Like, where do you want me to rest? I'm still like upside down hanging from the cliff, and I'm not a bat. I need to like get on a flat piece of land that wouldn't rock slide and collapse, and like, you know, I need a safe space. I don't have a safe space, so until I find a safe space, I'm gonna keep going. But anyways, I probably will be making clips out of this, so if anybody wants to make clips out of this, please let me know. I'm not the best at editing my own shorts, my own videos, my own clips. Unfortunately, I'm just good at making things funny. Because my life is a comedy. No, actually no, I translate my life, which is a tragedy, into a comedy. That's what Shakespeare does as well. So yes, that's the kind of person I want to create. So who am I? I am Chibigail, aka Destiny Aitsuji, aka all the things that you want to call me. It's okay, you can call me anything. You can even call me dead bitch. I wouldn't mind. Man, that would be so satisfying. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I will go back to reading my manga. I'm reading today The Villainess Just Wants to Be Happy. I'm almost done. Yesterday I just finished watching Mashley, the magic and swords or muscles kind of thing. It's so fun. Yeah, it's not completed yet, so I went to watch. I went to read the manga after I watched the anime. I was like, oh my god, I need to know what happens next. It is a little bit cringy with the pacing, but it does justice to what it's about. I really love it. It's so addicting. So yes, I do highly recommend this. Mashley, go watch Mashley. It's this season's anime actually. So yeah, that's all from me. I'll see you guys when I do see you guys again. I think the next one is on Wednesday on my main channel, my writing channel, and then I'll be back on Friday with Stardew Valley, and hopefully a collab or two, maybe a collab or two. Hopefully not the brain breaking ones again. We'll probably just do something chill like sing karaoke in VR chat. So the people who want to add me, who like really need send me. I will have my profile public, and then like, you know, you guys can join probably. I don't know about that yet, but yeah, that's all. Bye bye, see you again. Mwah.